Hi folks, welcome to Testing Hacks. In the last tutorial we have seen what is SDLC model, which is software development life cycle. We will see what are the different types of models in SDLC. We have a huge classification of eight models. First is waterfall model, V model, incremental model, iterative model, prototype model, spiral model, Big Bang model, a rapid application development, which is also known as RAD in a short. Okay, we will see each one of them. The very first model is waterfall model. When it comes to waterfall model, you might be seeing that the flow of the flow is happening from each of the step. That is where it is known as waterfall model. The flow is like after collection of the requirements, the designing will be done. In the SDLC model, you might have seen, right? If you have not watched that tutorial, please go back and check out SDLC model. And then when it comes to requirement, the requirement will be collected in the early stage, right? Before having a product ready, the very first thing what we will do is collecting the requirement. Once the collection of the requirement is done and it is freezed, then the next flow is design. Next is designing will be done, wherein the blueprint of the product will be taken. They will design the blueprint. Okay, that is where design comes into picture and development. With that blueprint, the developers will start coding in the specified language, in already a pre-decided language, and they will see and they will design the UI as well as backend, everything. All the development will be done in this stage. Okay, testing. Testing is another major part wherein after development the testers will undergo the testing. I mean, the application will undergo the testing. Wherein testers will put in lot of our own terminologies and technologies to test an application. Okay, and then deployment and then the maintenance. This is the flow of the waterfall model. Okay, when it comes to when to use this software, when to use this waterfall model. So you have already collected a requirement which is already freezed. At that time it is better. What I mean here is, when the requirements are not changing frequently, it is a best practice to use waterfall model. And also the project whatever we are developing must be a small project. Okay, it should not be a very big project, it should be a short term project. In that case, waterfall model is best suitable. And application is not complicated and big. Okay, requirement is clear. When we have the requirement very clear, and we are sure that the requirement will not get changed again and again, in that case we can go with this waterfall model. And best suitable for short term projects. Technology and tools used are not dynamic and is stable. Resources are available and trained. In that case, waterfall model is best suitable. And when it comes to the advantages of a waterfall model, it is like easy to manage due to rigidity of model. We have already an application, a small short project, wherein that it is easy, right? In that case, you have already a software got ready, which altogether you can use it, right? It is easy to manage due to rigidity of the model. Works well for small projects where requirements are clear and understood. Okay, very well understood. And testers comes into picture at the later stage, hence the cost can be reduced. Here the testers, when the testers will come into picture, after the requirement is done, design is done, development is done, then at the fourth stage the testers will come into picture. That is why the cost can be little reduced. Okay, process and results are well documented. In that case, this is waterfall model is best suitable. And when it comes to disadvantage of waterfall model, we cannot have the requirement. we cannot handle the requirement changes. Okay, that is where it is little, this is a very drawback of this waterfall model. So wherein we cannot use or we cannot prefer in that case. And also, no working software is produced until late during the life cycle. Okay, high risk, I mean, high amount of risk and uncertainty. This is little risky part. Suppose if it is little long term project, or which will fall into little short term as well as little large project. In that case, if the client needs the requirement changes, in that case we cannot handle this. That is where it is little risky to use this process, sorry. Not a good model for complex and object oriented projects. Okay, and not suitable for projects where requirements are moderate to high risks of changing. So risk and uncertainty is high with the process of this model. Okay, so that is where we saw what is waterfall model and when to use the waterfall model, what are the advantages of waterfall model, and next is what are the disadvantages of waterfall model. Hope I am clear with whatever the questions you had. Just comment me in the comment box, and please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon, and don't forget to like and share the video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.